There's no struggle because you've just put it down and you've walked away from it. 99% is a bitch. 100% is a breeze. Hello! You came back. I came back. I can't believe I'm doing this again. We're all here. This is Morgan, and it's been another week of the Brightline Eating Bootcamp. If you watched my first video, you know that this is not exactly my first Brightline Eating rodeo. I discovered the plan 2 years ago and just, how do I say this? I decided to kind of do it my way, which isn't the best way to do it. The experience was still a good one, and I'm going to give you my top 5 lessons that I've learned in the last 2 years of being a Brightline Eating flunky. So my mistakes do not have to be your mistakes. If you watched my first video that I recorded on my 35th day of Brightlines, you may have thought, Morgan, you forgot to tell us how much weight you lost. And no, I didn't. It was totally intentional that I did not mention how much weight I've lost, which brings us to lesson number 1. Focus on the plan. How much weight I lost is not the plan. What the scale says tomorrow is not the plan. What size my pants are not the plan. The plan is that today, just today, I am not eating flour, I am not eating sugar, I am not eating in between meals, and I am portioning out my food. That's the plan. When I initially found this, weight would come off quick in the beginning. There were many beginnings. I've started over and restarted over, and so many starting over. I was so focused on getting to my goal weight and projecting out into the future and trying to predict in advance, okay, if I'm losing this much weight per week or per month, then if I calculate this right, then maybe by this date I might be at my goal. It was just all about the weight loss. It was the only thing I could think of because I was just desperate to get into my right size body. It was uncomfortable, nothing fit. My winter coat, I couldn't even zip it up one year. I didn't have the money to replace it. It was just miserable. I was just focused on getting it off. It was all I could think about. And it was all I could think about was predicting when it would come off. So if I had just been consistent in doing what I need to do on a daily basis just for today and keeping my lines bright, I would have hit my goal weight a long time ago. So now I weigh myself once a week, I record that data, and I move on with my life. As opposed to before, it was especially when the weight was coming off quickly, I wanted to weigh myself every day. It was like Christmas. I was like, oh. And the other part of that is don't compare yourself to other people. I think this is an important lesson for just living a happy life, to not compare where you are now to where other people are. Stay in your lane. Focus on the plan. Number 1, I'm telling you, take my word for it, please. Lesson number 2, keep it simple. Your food does not have to be Instagram worthy. You don't even have to talk about it. You can eat the same damn thing every day. And in fact, I often do. Oh, you're eating arugula and beets and goat cheese again for lunch? And I'm like, yes, I am. And I don't have to think about it. I can just pour it in a bowl and hit the road. I've had oatmeal every single day for the last 4 or 5 days. Your food is your food. No one cares what you're eating. You don't have to take pictures of it. You don't have to talk about it. Just whatever you have to do to follow and focus on the plan. And for me, it's been just keeping my food as simple as possible. Lesson number 3, and this is a big one. Do not do this alone. I don't need to follow up with people daily or commit what I'm eating for the day to somebody else. I can follow the plan. I can do it by myself. No. You know what? You might be saying the same thing in 2 years, and I'm realizing, oh, I can't do this by myself. Joining the boot camp, and I think the same thing is true with the 14-day challenge, you are added to a private Facebook group. That is one part of the community support that they work into this program. And there are a lot of Facebook groups out there around Brightline Eating that are free, that have nothing to do with the boot camps. You don't have to enroll or pay any money. when I joined the Facebook group, I was gonna be going out of town for the weekend. I reached out on the Facebook group and I said, hey, I need a buddy. Any volunteers? Courtney became my Brightline eating buddy. I adore her. We need community, and she was just such a perfect fit for me. I'm really thankful for her. I'm gonna start crying. Really didn't know that I could like somebody so much that I've not even met in person yet. I am very, very thankful for her. You don't have to join the boot camp, but you should just find one person that gets this and you feel comfortable checking in with on a regular basis, because I was an idiot. Oh, my makeup's running. But wait a second. Shit. Okay. It was very naive of me to not fully appreciate how important that component was. Find those people. I'm so, so thankful for her. Which brings me to lesson number 4. Gratitude. This isn't a bright line, but it should be. Susan strongly encourages people to establish some morning and evening routines. And one of the things that she suggests as part of your routine is keeping a gratitude list or keeping a gratitude journal. I can't stress enough like what a big difference it makes. And so this time around at the start of boot camp, I bought a gratitude journal, a journal specifically for gratitude journaling. I like this one. If I can find the link again online, I will put it in the notes at the bottom. The thing I like about this particular journal is it's broken up into a morning meditation and an evening reflection. So I actually do this journal twice a day. It's how I begin and end every day. It really starts to change how you look at life. Even if you're not doing bright line eating, you should strongly consider starting a meditation practice, keeping a gratitude journal. In terms of mental health and wellness, it is such an important piece. If you combine that with the power of detoxing your body and your brain from sugar and flour, it's gonna change your life. Keep a gratitude journal. Such a powerful tool. And that brings us to lesson number 5, which is 99% is hard. Let me expound on that a little bit. When I first started this entire thing, I think intuitively I knew that sugar and flour is bad for me. Even though I intuitively knew that sugar and flour was bad for me, I kind of thought that I could still work some loopholes. Maybe I could just do this 98% of the time. Some of the exceptions that I would make would be Zevia. If you're not familiar, it's like a soda alternative that's sweetened with stevia. There's no calories in it, so I thought, you know what? I have one of these Cherry Coke Zevias on Fridays. Then, let's just little treat myself. I'm just gonna treat myself. It's no big deal. I'm gonna eat a brownie. I'm just gonna eat a brownie today. Just, it's a Saturday and I've been doing great. I've not had any sugar for 20 some days, so I'll just have a little something today and I'll go back to it tomorrow. I never really go back to it. I'd eventually fall off the wagon, and then months would go by and I'd be back on day 1, writing in my journal, day 1 of bright line eating, and writing my weight and all the weight I gained back, and never ending cycle. Turns out that 99% is hard and 100% is easy. Jack Canfield puts it like this: 99% is a bitch, 100% is a breeze. How do you give up sugar? It's my weakness. Well, no shit. It's a highly addictive substance for many of us. The only answer I have to that is 100% is easy. If you're doing it 98%, it's like you're holding the weight of the world. You're holding the weight of your addiction. It's straining your mind, it's straining your body. It's just this intense, or what? Like a crappy, not real soda once a week, or a brownie at a cookout, like that. For that, at 100%, You're just setting it down. There's no struggle because you've just put it down and you've walked away from it. 99% is a bitch. 100% is a breeze. I would say the biggest lesson I have learned from this. I can't do it just a little bit. I think if you take the susceptibility quiz, which I will link again in the notes at the bottom, and you're high on that scale, 100%, just let it go. It's not worth it. I mourned the idea of not having certain things in my life anymore. That's normal because in our culture, in our society, we celebrate so many things with food. And part of this has been learning that that's really, when I'm at gatherings and celebrating things with people that I care about, spending time with people I love, the food is just not the important thing. The birthday cake is not the most important thing. The, cheesy pigs in a blanket, whatever your thing is. I don't know what your thing is. I'm telling you, 99% is a bitch. 100% is easy. Just please take my word for it. It took me 2 years. It took me 2 years to figure that out. And it's made things so much easier. Surrender to the idea of personal growth and how much change is really possible when you are able to face things versus stuffing them down with your addiction. And you can do this. You can absolutely do this. I don't care if you've started over 10 times or 100 times. I believe in divine timing. And when you're ready, you can do this. You can absolutely do this. Take it from me. And every time that you stumble or fall and you pick yourself back up, you have learned something new. I hope that you find the joy that comes with seeing what it is like to keep these commitments to yourself. It's a really beautiful thing. I hope that you've gained something from my 2 years of being a brightlineeating flunky. I'm looking forward to showing up in this space the very best that I can, because 99% is a bitch. 100% is a breeze. I'll see you next time.